So let's find the distance between these 2 points, 4, 5, and 7, 8. So let me label the points. I'm going to call this one point number 1, and I'm going to call this one point number 2. So I know x comes first, so this is going to be x sub 1 and then y sub 1. Likewise, this will be x sub 2 and y sub 2. Okay, the x from point 1 and the y from point 1, the x from point 2, the y from point 2. And if you label them, it should be pretty easy after that. You can plug them in. So we need to know the distance formula. All right, and here it is. You always want to write it in your notebook. And then we're just going to plug in these 4 numbers. The distance equals the square root. Make sure it goes all the way across. And it's going to be x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. All the way across. Every time I plug in, I always use a blank so I don't make a mistake with my negative signs. Alright, so let's go ahead and plug it in. x2 is 7. x1 is 4. y2 is 8. y1 is 5. Alright, let's do the math. D equals the big square root of, let's see, 7 minus 4 is 3 squared plus 8 minus 5 is 3 squared. Alright, 3 squared is 9 plus 3 squared is 9. So the distance equals the square root of 18. Now, this square root can be simplified. Okay, and if you're not too familiar with it, you can look up simplifying radicals. You need to know the perfect square that goes into 18, and it's 9. So this is like saying the square root of 9 times the square root of 2. And we know what the square root of 9 is. It's just 3. So the simplified form of square root of 18 is 3 square root of 2, and that's how they're going to want the answer. Now, after this, they're going to ask you for the approximate answer, the approximate number of units. Okay, so the first part is going to say, give me the number of units, and then the approximate is where you use a calculator and you get the decimal. So 3 square root of 2 in the TI 30x2s, you're going to plug in, you're going to punch 3 second square root 2 and then equals. Okay, so 3 second square root of 2 equals, and it gives you a decimal. It gives me this decimal, 4.242640687. Okay, I'm writing them really small because those numbers back there are not as important as the numbers up front. Now they're asking me to round this to 2 decimal places. So let's see, 1, 2. I don't want anything after this. I look to the right of the 4. It's either going to stay as 4 or go up to 5. All right. When I look to the right, I see that that 4 stays as a 4. Okay. If this one is 5 or more, raise the score. If this one is 4 or less, let it rest. All right. So 4.24. These two are approximately the same. This one conserves all those little decimals on the right, but this one does not conserve them. But it's something that you can look at and you pretty much know what that number is. You know where that is between 4 and 5.